Hi, this is Ron Heinlein with DTFootwear.com. And again, I'm in my office. I'm doing one of my live videos. And I want to talk to you about leather lining. I've had that brought up a few times and says, Ron, what will you talk about leather lining? And most people think it's in very expensive shoes. Well, a lot of our dress shoes, casual shoes, not all, but a number of them, men's and women's, have leather lining. And what that does is, and cloth lining, and we have cloth lining in some of our other casual shoes and some of our athletic shoes, and all our athletic shoes have cloth lining, and I'll explain that in a few minutes. Leather lining just has one more advancement or a little better plateau than cloth lining, is that leather lining breathes. Now remember, the leather uppers that we've talked about have pores, they do breathe. We talked about in the last video, the proper polish to put on the leathers to keep it soft and moist and keep these pores open and not clogged. And then when you get inside the shoe, you get the leather lining, and that breathes all the way through. And the more circulation you have in a shoe, the less perspiration that you have on your foot. And a leather lining, like cloth, will wicker away the moisture. And what wicker means is take it away and it'll absolutely absorb it. And that's why many times you need to put a shoe, when you wear it, leave it outside or open air to dry and give it at least 24 hours to dry, where the lining does dry, and that's cloth or leather. Because the more that leather stays moist, and from that point and continues to stay moist over a period of time, and let's say for 4 or 5 days it's still moist and it finally dries, it'll have a tendency to crack a lot easier when you dry it every time you wear it. And I'm not saying that you can't wear a shoe every day, but you shorten the life of a shoe by not letting the lining in either way dry. Well, leather lining creates better moisture, or excuse me, better airflow that reduces the moisture. Now, why that came about was because of the diabetic world. Diabetics need to keep their feet dry. They need to get it where it wickers away. Socks for them are very important because it has a wicker effect. It has a combination of nylon and cotton that absorbs the way. It has to have a different type of elasticity on the shank. And so the shoes need to have the same thing. And this has just helped us in the normal world. For the people who wear the Davids, the 2Es, I don't care, 9Es, 10Es, 14Es up to a size 20 in men's, 15 in women's. They all take advantage of leather lining. Now, cloth lining is good as well, but it is not has as much circulation to it. Now, you can't put it in an athletic shoe for two reasons. One, it puts a little more additional weight to the upper on the tennis shoe. Tennis shoe has to be extremely flexible, and a leather lining will be more restricted and a little heavier weight, and it doesn't relate to an athletic. So all athletics from us, from anybody else, will be a cloth lining from that aspect. And again, the secret of that, if you're a runner, you know that you can change shoes every day, if you're every other day, if you're running or so on, and letting your lining dry, it does help completely. And as a runner, you'll perspire even more so. And if you don't have the proper socks, don't mean you have to have diabetic socks, but if that moisture stays in there, it's like not the most a comfortable aspect of running to have a sock full of perspiration from there. So the lining leather, again, it's normally only found in very expensive shoes. And I mean, you're talking about some very fine Italian shoes and everything. We do it in a number of our footwear. It has made a difference. It works great. And again, some of our casual shoes will put cloth lining to keep the weight a little bit more flexible and the upper a little more flexible. But again, most all our number of our dress shoes are leather lined. A number of our boots are leather lined, and again, that's in men's and women's. So this is something that I get quite, well, not that often, but because I do talk about leather lining. We are one of the few therapeutic lines that do leather line. And this is the reason for it. Now you have a little bit better understanding of what a leather line compared to a cloth line. And again, I'm going to repeat it again. Both of them are fine. One just has a little more advantage than the other and a little more prestige, if I put it in those terms. Do they both wear out? Well, yeah, they both wear out. You'll eventually wear them out, and that aspect of it. So, but there's a little more information and an educational type of video for you to understand what is the leather lining is all about. And again, as a closing statement, I always want to say thank you for listening to the video. Thank you for if you're telling your loved ones, your family members about us. I appreciate it. Word of mouth has been unbelievable for us. We're still a young pup in the internet world, growing like crazy because the medical businesses, again, who knows us, knows that our medical business has been footwear, and it's been absolutely unbelievable. And we're getting more people looking for widths, more people looking for oversizes, undersizes, and everything else like that. So anyway, again, also, if you have any questions, email me, call me, text me. I'll get back to you. We'll talk. I will be able to answer everything. No obligation. Don't have to purchase a pair of shoes from me. Again, the 3 inserts are free for every time you purchase. I have a video. Go down and you'll see videos about the inserts. On the website, you go and it says inserts. See that? You'll see 5 videos that I talk about inserts, how it's so important for people who are on their feet all the time. I've got runners that are loving this insert and everything else, and it's the thickest insert durometer wise on the over counter, and it's great. I'm a big believer in inserts, and it saved mine aching back that I had this year because of the stupidity on my part, and my back's great. And there's a lot of other things I can talk about, but I'm going to keep this short. And again, thank you for watching. Again, communicate with me. We'll talk. I want to help you. I want the whole world. I want the whole world to have a happy smile on their face, and I want them to have happy, healthy feet. God bless you.